Greetings, everyone. We are about to lead a new endeavor towards the food tech future, a future empowered by nano engineering chip. And we have two options here. One, a high-tech German import, which is 3 million, but it's brand new. However, it takes 5 months to deliver.
But that's a long time. It's expensive too.
And impractical. Hence, more chance use nano machine. 1 million. Use local, smaller, but practical for our purpose, business purpose. And I happen to know the seller.
It sounds like a gamble, man.
Well, business is a gamble. But this one's smart. And I know a guy who knows a guy.
Cross 9 here for liquidated damage. If you breach this contract up, it's $500,000 ringgit for you. Are you certain?
Don't worry alarm. The deal is solid. There will be no problem in the future. Alright? Let's shake hands.
Tuan Lang, here's your key.
Yes, the key. And your 20k.
Oh, thank you so much. 20,000 deposit, all paid. She's all yours. Good luck, Tuan Lang. All the best.
This machine, this warehouse, it will change everything. Here's the contract, Ms. Dina.
We're so excited for the February delivery.
Much for us, please don't be late. Of course. It's done. 2 customers have already signed. Well, the production will begin in January, and then by February and March, the delivery will be done. And then, it'll be just the 2 of us in Hawaii, just as you have asked for.
You sure? No calls?
Absolutely. At that point, it's just gonna be us, just the 2 of us. Enjoyment, happiness, cocktails.
Tapi halal lagi.
Fine. Perhaps not cocktails, but you get what I mean. It's been so long already, and we haven't even had our honeymoon. Come on, we deserve our happiness.
Thank you, honey.
Hati membeku mengingatkan kata janji nangismu. Kau di lambung.
Miss Secretary, come here.
Here's your coffee, Mr. Richard.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Seems delicious like usual.
Sir, I'm actually one has embraced. We need nano machine.
Then we keep it. Cancel the deal with the Rock.
What? Sir, no! That's a bridge! Liquidated clause. You remember 5,000 ringgit Malaysia, and Rod might claim consequential loss up to 1 million ringgit Malaysia. It is forcible, like in the Victoria Laundry.
So what? Business is business, you know.
Sir, you can't just ignore the legal race.
You know, morality doesn't fit family here, but money does. Just watch me.
Breaking news! Rock Food's ambitious expansion plans have come to a crashing halt following a major breach of a key supply contract. Stock prices have plunged overnight, wiping millions of the company's market value. With soaring demand but no supply to meet it, customers are outraged, suppliers are backing out, and the industry is buzzing with speculation. What exactly went wrong behind the scenes at Rock Food? Was it a logistics failure, a strategic mishap, or something deeper? As the company scrambles to recover and restore public trust, one question remains. Is this innovative food tech giant going down for good, or are they just getting robbed before a comeback?
I never needed anyone. Making love was just fun.
Why is this happening? What's going on?
Those days are gone.
This is unacceptable. It's better delivery.
Let me explain.
Living alone.
Enough. It's pulling up. Don't protect the
Think of
tree.
all the friends I've known. But when I dial the telephone, nobody's home.
I'm tired with your attitude. You said you want to go vacation with me. You never keep your promise. You're always busy with your work and you have no time with me. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Don't wanna be all by myself.
The winner takes it all, and the loser standing small. Beside this victory, now there is destiny. Tell me, does she kiss? That the way.
Sir, have you seen the news? I was anniversary party. You got the right thing.
You again? Sauseng ah. Stop clinging to your moral lah. This is corporate world. Money first, morality second. You know you should not care about my business. Just go away, Miss Secretary. Hi! Huh? That is something we can agree on. What the hell, man? Are you insane? Just let me go. Hey! Hello. Shut up before I cut you off. Now listen to about that track. Why I need to listen?
Well, you know what, Mr. Moshai?
How about you, Miss Secretary? Make me some coffee.
Shut up!
Huh? Oh! Listen to her.
Section 74 of the Contract Act. Consequential loss is recoverable if forcible, and this is export forcibility. You know they needed the machine to fulfill orders, like Victoria Laundry and Newman.
Say poor guy, I'm Gachan. I swear you and your Victoria can just go out of here, you know. It's just evil, you know. What else you can do, huh?
They can. He can. This isn't just a number. It's an expectation loss directly linked to your reach. You know they were relying on that machine for production that expect you to fulfill your end of the bargain by delivering it in November. And when you pull up just weeks before, Rock couldn't fulfill orders. Most of profit become inevitable.
Under Section 74, Subsection 1 of the Contract Act is not but just like the Victoria Laundry in the small industries, you had imputed knowledge. You knew I needed a machine for business. God would have recognized this as a natural and foreseeable consequences of breach. That is an expectation law for me. My company wrong, and anticipated profit from custom orders which it couldn't fulfill because of you. Because you pull out. You knew I needed that machine to be delivered on November, and yet you pull out weeks before. That loss was externally was ordinary and foreseeable. Any business would have suffered loss in other countries such as July and last second, and they are done in the startup. and from seasoned businessman to another, there's no way in hell you can recognize and expect that and the court recognize this as an implicit knowledge under the first link of the Section 74 Subsection 1 of the Contract Act. And the Victoria Laundry against Women Industry case that you also sick of, it's just going to be a same story. Contractual agreement at the beginning, breach in the middle by a responsible supplier like you, and guessing from your rotten behavior, it's just going to be another claim of ignorance that you do not know I am doing a business with another person. Or maybe you're just going to pull off a Robinson against Harmon, whereby you're going to retract a contractual agreement after finding out the benefit of your own intended property, in which case that machine, a tactic you're probably going to add to your playbook only. Just as my company Rock had already secured the February and 2034 March deliveries. And at the end of the day, they paid the bankers back their money. Just like how you're going to do to me. So it's checkmate. Because that breach is not something the court will look favorably upon.
Nonsense. Sure, you want me to pay that measly 1 million for the price of machine. But I don't even know you are going to have customers already signed up, you know. Even if I knew, what evidence you can bring to the court, huh?
Nonsense, you see. There's a machine producing food. Who would in their right mind buy that kind of method if not for commercial use? And delaying finding customers right until the machine is in our hands are just losses incurring for every single second that the machine is left unused. So that's a pure logical and ordinary act within the business setting. That's not something extraordinary, merchant. That is something that you yourself would have done the same. So you don't need me to tell you that I saw that my customers, because it doesn't take a damn genius to figure it out. That's just even the remoteness of damage. Where we will start with the quantum of damages. Hey, movie Magenta here. Now don't really question as to how I changed my clothes right here, since the only reason I'm here is that some of you are probably confused as to why I impose inflated knowledge against Mo-chan as to how he can reasonably foresee me having those 2 customers despite my business haven't been launched yet. Now sure, on the normal scenarios, I do have to tell Mo-chan to even claim about those losses. But that is if we exclude the normal business practice. Since we're able to look through the internet, I find that my act of signing with the 2 customers are completely normal, since Tesla did it in 2016 and Vogue did it in 2021. Even Forbes released an article in 2012 that stated its complete normalcy and common derivative for a successful business. However, if we actually try to stick into the idea of law itself and exclude those data, then technically I can't really claim those losses from the 2 customers against Mo-chan. But we do realize that this dual dilemma here, but we are trying to be realistic, since that the case of Hadley and Baxendale do apply the common industry business practice when the liability was being judged against those people in the end. So back to the video.
Even under Section 57 of the Sales of Goods Act and Section 56 of Section 2 of the Contracts Act, non-delivery gives Rock the right to compensation. And based on Lee Sun-ko and Liao Cheng-Xiao, if there is no realistic substitute, the full expected profit, 1 million ringgit Malaysia, becomes a measure of damages.
Don't forget that I will lose the big fees here. My company's reputation for not being able to fulfill a simple production agreement at the beginning of the opening. All because of you. The food industry will have trouble believing my company Rock over this. And it all because of you.
And don't forget mitigation. Yes, Rock considered a new machine from overseas, but it was more expensive, too large, and would arrive 5 months too late. That would have required refitting the entire factory. Under British Westinghouse and Underground Electric Railway, they only needed to act reasonably. They did. The burden of proving otherwise is on you. In fact, in Daewon Seng and Sin Tiao Chuan, the court made it clear that mitigation only begins when breach is accepted and Rock acted properly. Your breach left them no viable option. Their 1 million ringgit Malaysian loss is your responsibility.
You're mad if you think it's reasonable for me to purchase another machine that is priced 5 times more expensive, which will, by the way, also be set way too late for me to finish the production for my 2 customers, and then on top of that, rent a new warehouse. That is not mitigation, Mo-chan. That is avoidable losses that I can't even claim from you. And if I do that, as a damage control whatsoever.
Whatever, it's still not a big deal. And how the heck you know this stuff, huh?
Thanks to your greedy foolishness, I have to scratch all of my lecture plan for my youth.
Siya dah terdaftar ni dah.
We talking about.
Oh, that's not done yet lah. Listen.
Remember, the liquidated damages cost 500,000 ringgit Malaysian. It is proportionate and a reasonable amount if you compare the actual loss of 1 million ringgit Malaysia that was already suffered by Rock from the two customers. Let me break it down for you. Section 75 of the Contracts Act views your breach as compensable if we include the liquidated damages cost. You signed that agreement with an arrogant laugh, remember? And today is your unlucky because I got 3 cases for you. In Cubic Electronics and Mars Telecommunications, the court recommends that liquidated damages are enforceable if they protect a legitimate commercial interest, as long as the amount isn't extravagant. 500,000 ringgit Malaysian, that's only half of the price of the machine. It is reasonable. Interconnational and Planitude National, the damages forming actual loss deriving from the breach failed to be proven, causing the liquidated damages claim to be rendered unavailable other than the nominal damages. And in Salwa Kumar, even if actual loss exists but refuse to fail or be brought to the court, they will fail on the liquidated damages claim as well. Unfortunately for you, not only do we have clear documentation of the actual loss suffered by Ron, but we also have no reason to not disclose this to the court.
In simpler terms, whichever cases you and your lawyer bring by yourself will be useless. Just whichever cases you choose will have a counter to it. So pick your poison.
Ron was venturing into an uncertain market. This cost wasn't about punishment. It was a pre-estimate of potential disruption. Loss of business, reputational damage, needing to refit the new factory. It is all foreseeable. The court incorporates permodalan filter, and I consider our having a 10% loss just like this. It is industry standard. Yours totally enforced.
Hey, what's up guys? Mochen here. You guys probably wondering how I enter myself, but because I'm the film director and all the magic will happen here, you guys could consider this as a plot armor. But here I would like to explain to you, since there are fleeting time, I'm not actually totally screwed on the part of the liquidated damages. Here I explain to you. Since the whole point of the liquidated damages is, it must be reasonable as stated in section 75 of the contract. It's not meant to punish me, but to reasonably compensate Erlang over here. Though their intention doesn't really matter, as shown in the case of Warren Brothers and Jackson, as long as the damages are not excessive and reasonable, it's pretty much like the Goldilocks rules, that's right. But the whole gist is about Salwa Kumar case, which me secretary over here just drove through as fast as possible, like the flash. Sure, actual loss do not necessarily need to be proven, and provided that the other form of loss suffered by the aggrieved party, like Rock, can be shown, the liquidated damages might stand and be followed through by the court, but it's all theoretical. Erlang here has to argue that if that 500k really is proportionate when he technically only suffered an actual loss of RM 20k just from the warehouse being wasted. As for the other type of loss, well, he better bring the documents from the profit loss of those two customers if he wants to win, or that judge gonna throw that claim out. Even then, there is no guarantee of winning since actual loss is the strongest evidence. If you want to compare 30,000 to 500,000, that sounds like a daylight robbery, far from reasonable, you know. But if we start to compare with the Cubic Electronic case, then it may be a different story, since the one needing to prove unreasonableness is on me since I breached the contract. The conceivable loss from the two customers that was explained earlier also doesn't work in my favor, since those are evidence of loss incurred from my breach too. But then again, the case of the Cubic Electronics, which was the plaintiff, will require proof of actual loss since they adopt the ruling of Salwa Kumar. So, to put it simply, I got a 50-50 chance to lose the case depending on which principle that the court is going to follow. If they just consider the warehouse process, I will still have to pay out, just at a much lower amount, just like in the case of plaintiff. But if they accept the losses from the two customers instead and compare the 1 million losses with a 500,000 liquidated damages, that seems more than reasonable. Anyway, there's a huge chance that I need to pay them. The only uncertainty is how much. Well, now we're back to reality.
Oh, there, ice cream. So now what? It's gonna sue me for the disappointment, emotional distress, or can we then carry it down to the million cost? I'm stressing you.
He would love to, but he cannot. In business contracts, the law doesn't compensate for broken dreams. It only compensates for financial loss. There was no contract for emotional well-being, no promise of happiness. This is a commercial relationship. No matter how devastating the breach, they do not count when it's about machines and money. Even in Jim Sue and Pearl's Potter, the loss had to do with a personal event, a wedding. This is just a broken promises about a machine. Businessmen do not get compensation for bruised pride.
She's right. But Bruce Pride, man, I was devastated, Mochan. You ruined our expansion. You broke your word. I almost lost my damn wife. But in the eyes of the law, that pain isn't even compensable. Heck, not even an ounce of sympathy will be given to me by the court on all of that frustration boiling in. It's all business and nothing personal, they'll say. Just like what you did.
It's just a simple dispute,
Think of your son, innocent, bright, doing well in school, and your wife working tirelessly to keep your family together. What would this scandal do to them?
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
The money in your boot is your company's. But it's more than enough to fund your machine and fix this mess. And I know everything, Mochan. Your late night dealings, offshore emails, hidden transfers.
How do you go about this?
Your secretary here has been more than helpful. I mean, sure, we can go through the normal route. I sue you, you pay up, deal done. But you can write out to the court. Something that the law doesn't indulge much on. And there are very, very few things that can talk to other than dirty.
Please don't destroy everything. I'm still my wife,
Then, on your account, compensate the losses from the two customers along with the liquidated image. Fulfill your duty to Erlang, or you can just hand over the machine. That's the only way out of here. Unless you want me to leave you here with him, and we can see what a desperate man can do.
Now this mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulder. Through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life,
Thank you. You saved everything.
Remember, 6 years ago? This is my payback. Enjoy Hawaii, Uncle Erlang.
Ready for our real honeymoon this time?
Finally, you have time for us.
I want you to show me.
I haven't eaten since yesterday. I'm alright.
Law school, huh? Must be rough, kid. I don't seen you on that same chair a few years ago.
Here, take this. It's from my startup company, Wolf. Just launched 3 weeks ago. You definitely need this more than I do.
But I cannot be back.
You will one day when it really matters the most.
I just did.
The win and take